Yeah, welcome back to Aliphatic Teaches. Today, we're going to continue on our organic chemistry, that is, IUPAC nomenclature of alkanes. Now, let's continue. From the previous class, we've discussed on how to name some alkanes. Example 1 today. Write the IUPAC nomenclature of the following organic structures, or this structure. I don't need to draw the skeleton of this structure again. We can equally name it this way. Now let's start. The first rule is to get the continuous longest carbon chain length. Now let's start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can also count this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can also count this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It can also be counted this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everything I've been counting so far, they are just the longest one is 5. Now, I want to consider the straight one. I can label it in two ways from the right to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can also move back again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, I did not count this. This is C2H5, that is ethyl from your alkyl group. This is CH3, that one is methyl. Now, how can I know where to start counting from? Don't forget my substituent group, which is the attached group, we determine this. Now let's look at this. For my right hand side, I have two attached group, ethyl and methyl. Ethyl and methyl. Now, in their alphabets, out of E and M, which one will come first? E will come first. You see this? I'm going to name ethyl before I name methyl. Now, let's start. If I start from my right hand side, 1, 2, 3, my ethyl is on the third carbon. 1, 2, 3. On the left hand side, my ethyl is still on the third carbon. The same place. Then how am I going to know? Okay, let us consider another factor. Right hand side and left hand side. For my right hand side, 1, 2, 3. My ethyl is on the third carbon. 1, 2, 3, 4. Methyl is on the fourth carbon. It gives 7. If I count from my left hand side, 1, 2, 3. You can see that from 1, 2, 3, my ethyl is on the third carbon, my methyl is on the second carbon. That is 2 plus 4 gives 6. So we're going to prefer we start from the left hand side because it gives what? 6. Let me try to understand this. If you're starting from right hand side or left hand side, your ethyl is on the third carbon from the right hand side. From your left hand side, your ethyl is still on the third carbon. Meaning you can start counting. But we still have another attached which is methyl. So let's consider this methyl also. Maybe it's going to have lowest one. If you start from here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Methyl is on the fourth carbon. While my ethyl 1, 2 is on the second carbon. So I'm going to start from my left hand side to take this 6. But we will name ethyl first and methyl the second in the alphabet. So which means 1, 2, 3. That is 3 ethyl, 1, 2, 2 methyl. So the longest name here is 5, which is what? Pentane. So this name is 3 ethyl, 2 methyl, pentane. If you name it to be 1, 2, 3, 3 ethyl, 4 methyl, it is wrong. So this is the way to consider it. The next one, let's look at the longest carbon chain length. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is the longest carbon chain length. There's no more carbon. So you can now count in different ways. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we did not count this. We didn't count this. This is chlorine, but it's going to change to chloro. This is bromine changed to bromo. While this one, chloro. Okay? If that is the case, let's now look at in the alphabet, bromo and chloro, which one will come first? B will come before C, A, B, C. This will come before this. So I'm going to name bromine before chlorine. But how many bromine do we have? How many chlorine do we have? We have 2 chlorine. That is dichloro. We have 1 bromine. So what we are going to consider is B and D. So still in the alphabet, B will come before D. Now, let us now look at it. From the right hand side and left hand side, the attached group now, 1, 2, 3. One attached group on the third carbon plus 1, 2, 3, 4. Another one on the fourth carbon plus 4 plus 1, 2, 3, 4. Another one on the fourth carbon plus 4. 4 plus 4 is 8 plus 3, 11. Let's start from the left hand side. 1, 2. We have 1 chlorine on the second carbon, another chlorine on the second carbon, making 2 chlorines on the second carbon. 1, 2, 3. Bromine on the third carbon. 3 plus 2, 5. 5 plus 2, 7. Now, which one is the lowest? 7 is the lowest. 7 is the lowest. Meaning, you are coming from the left hand side. You are starting counting from this place. But when you're starting counting from this place, don't forget, we are going to name bromine first before chlorine. Because bromine, B will come before D. Now, let's just start. 1, 2, 3. We have 3 bromo. 1, 2. This chlorine on second carbon. 2, 1, 2. The second one, the second carbon. So 2, 2. Meaning 2 chlorine are on the same carbon. That is 2, 2. Because they are the same name, the same chlorine, we use that word di for them. Dichloro. So the longest name is 5, which is what? Pentane. So we have 3 bromo, 2, 2 dichloropentane. Before we move on to the next example, let us learn these heteroatoms or the functional groups. In our previous example, we looked at bromine and chlorine. When we have bromine joining to a group, it changes to bromo, chlorine to chloro, fluorine to fluoro, iodine to iodo, NO2 becomes nitro, OCH3 becomes methoxy, OC2H5 becomes ethoxy, OR becomes alkoxy. Now let's just start now apply it. Write the IUPAC nomenclature of the following structures. A. Now let us try to name this. We consider the longest carbon chain lengths first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 is the longest carbon chain length. That 6, you can start from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or you go back as well from the left hand side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now let us consider which one that we did not count. We didn't count this. What is the name? Methyl. We didn't count this. What is the name? Bromo. We didn't count this. The name? Fluoro. So my dear, we didn't count this as well. We call it methyl. Now, let's look at all these attached groups that we have. We have methyl, 2 methyl. And when you have 2 methyl, that is called dimethyl. Then we have bromine, that is bromo. Then we have fluorine, that is fluoro. Now from A, B, C, B will come first. That is, we are going to name B before B becomes first. A, B, C, D. D becomes second. Then F is the third one. Now, after then, we now look at where are we going to start from. Is it from the right hand side or from the left hand side? Let's consider a simple calculation. Right hand side and left hand side. Now, for my right hand side, I have 1, 2, 3. This one is joined to the third carbon. That is 3 plus 1, 2, 3, 4. On fourth carbon, plus 4 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 2 of the attached group on the fifth carbon. That is 5, 5. 5 plus 5. 5 plus 5 gives 10, plus 4, 14, plus 3, 17. Now, from the left hand side, 1, 2. Both of them on the second carbon, 2 plus 2, then plus 1, 2, 3 on the third carbon, plus 1, 2, 3, 4. This one, the fourth carbon. 4 plus 3, we have 7, plus 2, 9, plus 2, 11. You can see coming from the left hand side takes the simplest one. But when you are naming from left hand side, we shouldn't forget that we name B first, before D, before F. Now, definitely you are going to start from the left hand side. And in starting from the left hand side, bromo first before dimethyl. Now let's start. 1, 2, 3. 3 bromo. Then the methyl. 1, 2. 1 is on the second carbon. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Another one, the fourth carbon. 2, 4. Dimethyl. Now it remains fluorine. 1, 2. 2 fluoro. So the longest name is 6. That is what? Hexane, since we are dealing with alkane. So this is the name of this compound. 3 bromo, 2, 4 dimethyl, 2 fluorohexane. The next name is that you want to name this, the longest name, longest carbon chain length, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 is the longest carbon chain length. So let us name it, label it 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3, 4. So I did not count this. That is methyl. We didn't count this. I is iodo. Iodo. We didn't count this. NO2. That is nitro. Now, from the alphabet, we have nitro, we have iodo, we have methyl. Now let's look which one will come first in the alphabet. So I will come first, followed by M, followed by N. So let us now look at the right hand side and the left hand side calculations. From the right hand side, iodine, if I say 1, iodine is on the first carbon, 1 plus 1, 2. Methyl on the second carbon, plus 2, 1, 2, 3. NO2 on the third carbon, 3 plus 2 is 5, plus 1, 6. On my left hand side, 1, 2, 2 plus 3, plus 4. 4 plus 3 is 7, 7 plus. Now, definitely, I'm going to start from my right hand side because of this 6. Now, let us start. And when we are starting, iodine first. So, 1 iodo, 1, followed by methyl, 1, 2, 2 methyl. Then the last one, 1, 2, 3, 3 nitro. So, what is the longest name is 4. That is butane. So this is how to go about naming of alkane. It's something that is very easy. You can lay your hands on a lot of them to name them. If you still have some questions about how to name alkanes, kindly send your question to the number below. I remain Latif Ismaila Akombi, your mathematics and chemistry tutor. Thank you till we meet in the next class.